So the first thing that we wanted to show with the new MFI browser 2019, which you can see right there with a little orange dot next to it, because it is still a beta build, is full support for the Infinite Peripherals Imperea. So we can open this guy up, and we can start off by pressing this button on the side, which will open up the camera view. As soon as the barcode touches that little red dot, it scans right in. So there's of course some basic soft switch functionality. If we go into the settings page and I scan, we'll see how aggressive it is, but also we'll see the data dropping down from the top. And there is quite a bit of information that we're pulling from that Imperea that we can key off of, deliver to developers and things like that. And another neat feature is that if I press this button and it's trying to scan and it doesn't see a barcode for a while, we actually have the torch coming on just to help it out a little bit extra. So first of all, we got some good new stuff with the Imperea. Next, I want to show a new feature with the user agent. So now, instead of just being a field that you type in, you can tap on this field right here, which brings us to a new screen. There's some basic instructions at the top. Leave it blank for the default user agent. We now have a string that we can insert, %default %. And what that does is we can type %default %, then we can add, say, hyphen Dryrain. And I'll say save. Oh, I missed the hyphen, but there you go. So you see that. I'll say save and I'll say done. It then will let me know a reboot is required. This is only on iOS. It's not really a reboot so much as it's really just restarting the browser, but would tell our users that it's a reboot that's needed. So now, if I go into here, we will see a new thing at the bottom that says what the user agent is. So that %default % gets converted into the actual default user agent, plus there's that Dryrain at the end. So I can scan the barcode, and I can utilize this page, and as I refresh this page a few times, what we'll see in my log is my IP address. We'll see the log of what is being called. If we look over here, Mozilla iPhones 12.2 operating system, Dryrain at the end. And that was not the case earlier when we were doing some testing until we rebooted the browser. So there's some pretty neat options now to make it really easy to control this user agent. We can clear it out entirely. We can set a blank user agent. We can set the default. Or when we clear it out, it is just the default user agent. We get a little preview of it down at the bottom there, what it would look like. So that's some of the new stuff with the Imperea, as well as the user agent capabilities. Next, we want to show some basic support, actually some advanced full support, a basic demo of the Zebra TC51. Finally, we wanted to briefly show that between iOS and Android in our 2019 browsers, we have a tremendous amount of feature parity. And that's true for, obviously, the settings pages, all the functionality, how these things work. And now it is also true for deep linking. So these two icons on the right side, MFIB test page and Cover ID web, those are deep links that will fire up the browser. And then right there, go to our little test page. I have a similar one right here on Android. There's the real app, the square icon. The iOS style icon is the test page. We are in the process of working on that and updating it. And so there we go. We have feature parity where that stuff works the same. We can open up the Cover ID web page here, and there it goes. We can do something very similar right there. And then this will get thrown over to that same page, which doesn't quite load up right, but there you go, you get the idea. Feature parity is huge, deep linking, user agent, hardware support, lots of great things in the 2019 browser.